I took Zamora and Eddie Velez out repossessing. They came back with the director, Alex Cox, goes, all right, take Emilio Estevez now and Harry Dean. And Harry Dean's like, no, I don't want to go. Emilio Estevez, I'm a survivalist. I don't want to go.
From there, you made a transition. How difficult was it leaving Hollywood? I mean, you were at the high of leading this all Latino comedy room, and then you had to make a transition of you had to pay the bills, money had to come somewhere else.
Well, that's I've always when I was doing I owned a repossession company, and I've always had the repossession. That was my pocket money, my living money. So I would work for Mitzi. What she paid me was, because I was on call, driver, limo driver, do the room. Hollywood was Hollywood, unless you picked up a commercial. Like when I picked up the Budweiser commercial, boom, boom. I made that chunk from that commercial, billboard, print work, and that was extra money. The repo company was the money that rolled me. I lived a good life and everything. I would take some of the comedians with me to go repossessing cars. The comedians, a lot of them were just living together in apartments, some of them working part-time jobs. So one of the comedians come up to me one day and said, hey, can you lend me some money? I go, for what? My father died. I have to take a bus to see my dad. So I go, tell you what, let's go to work tonight. So we went to South Central LA that night to go repossess some cars. We ended up picking up 4 cars that night. Next morning, I paid him. He disappeared, came back, and worked for me for like 14 years. And he stood a comedian. And some of the other comedians would go with me because they knew, hey, Quentin, I need a job, I need a little extra. Let's go. Everybody got a kick out of it, but they came back with stories. It was always exciting. The movie Repo Man, I was a consultant on that. And then I had a little bit part. I got the credits. I get my union card. I took Zamora and Eddie Velez out repossessing. And they came back with the director, Alex Cox, goes, all right, take Emilio Estevez now and Harry Dean. And Harry Dean's like, no, I don't want to go. Emilio Estevez, I'm a survivalist. I don't want to go. But some of the lines in the movies, like I would tell them, yeah, I'm going to get a dog, a yard, and open up a repo company. They use those lines. I could have got credit, but I was happy with the agreement. I said, I'll give you my knowledge. Give me my union card. Give me some acting. I'm happy. Michael Nesmith was the producer. He goes, Quentin, why do you want to be an actor? I don't know. I want to do commercials one day. That was it. Those were the great time. Then Alex was funny. The director, he shows up on a little motorcycle, torn up jacket like a punk rocker. Hey, how you doing? It's like, it's Alex Cox. Look at Alex Cox today. How many movies has he made? Good guy. You remember the good memories, and you're happy to be there.
Did Repo Man, did it make you tougher or did it just make you aware of life?
Well, I've had 2 guns pulled in my head. On Jefferson and La Cienega, a guy had me on the floor, execution style. Once a guy pulls a gun to your head, within 2 seconds, you're already praying to God because you're not going to be here. What happens after the gun goes off? So I'm like praying to God, forgive me for my sins. And you're thinking, why do I deserve to die right now? I mean, you're not thinking you're going to get away with it. I knew I was going to die right there. Next thing you know, he lets me go. And I walk away from it. And every night that you go out repossessing, there's no guarantee you're going to come back. It's like being a police officer. But my job is like, I'm the villain. As of today, if you go into the website of the California State Licensing Board, I don't have any complaints because I've always tried to do things the right way. I always try to respect everybody, even though I was taking somebody's car. I had a guy in Hawthorne one time catch me at 6 a.m. taking his car out of the carport, and he went ballistic on me. And he goes, I got to go to work. I'm going to lose my job. I go, can I give you the money for a taxi? I gave him like 40. He goes, why are you going to do that? Because you're taking my car. I go, no, but I understand and I feel what you need to do. He ended up thanking me for trying to be real with him. And he let me take the car and gave me the keys and everything. But he goes, why are you going to do that? I go, no, bro, I know you have to go to work. I do care. I'm just doing my job.
Can you give us an example of how many cars did you repo in a daily basis?
Ah, you know, I'll give you an example. I had a driver, a one-armed driver, Michael. He would bring in 15, 20 cars a week, or even one night, he could bring in 5 cars. You only have so much time to go and drive back, go and drive back. I mean, there's big companies out there that pick up a couple hundred cars a month. I mean, for me, it was like picking up 100 cars, 150 cars in a month. That's a lot of work because you have to get them, inventory them, do the paperwork, drop them off at the auctions. I had 3 tow trucks out there, flatbed tow trucks filled with cars every night. And I would have to drop them off, and I had drivers working, looking for cars. When the machine is working, it's a lot of work, a lot of money. You have to stay away from the liability, people getting hurt. There's a lot of stories in the Midwest. It's worse in the Midwest because they have stand their ground. You know, if you take somebody's car, they'll shoot you in the driveway. Over here, you're going to get shot anyways in the hood. You know.
Did you have any of those experiences here in California?
Well,
LA?
that was the one where the guy put the gun to the back of my head. Then I had another guy put a gun to my face. Felon. It took 3 cops to handcuff him, and they had him on the hood. And hey, same thing. Once somebody points a gun at you, you're click. You know you're not going to be here. You know, and it's that's being chased. One time in Pasadena, we're driving by the house at 1 a.m. There's a car in the driveway. There it is. And these guys are hanging out drinking beer. Next thing you know, they start chasing us with the car we're supposed to repo. And the guy has a rifle outside. And we jump on the Pasadena freeway and took off. We got away. But that's what I'm saying. Every night you go out, there's no guarantee you're going to come back.